Have you ever been to the moon before? Yes? No? Maybe?
Yes, maybe.
Yeah, we've been to the moon a few times. This is not your first test with Mr. Trevor, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we did this before. And we worked together on your speaking competition. And you did very, very well. I'm going to fix it and edit it, and I'm going to put it on our Facebook and the YouTube channel, so everybody can see how great you can speak. You like that?
Normal.
Normal? Nothing normal. You're special. Everybody's special in their own little way. You just have to figure out what it is you're special at. That's okay. But you enjoy English, so that's good. And you did very well this year. This term, not this year. All right, so we're going to do our Interest 3 final test, speaking test. So are you going to read about sports, or are you going to read about cheerleaders?
I'll read about sports.
All right. So we have 4 different sports here. We have the free runners. Remember the ones that jump from building to building and off walls and all kinds of crazy things. Base jumping, which I know you love to do. You love to jump off buildings. Cave diving. And street luge. That's a dangerous one too. All right, so when you are ready, you know how it works. You're going to read to me so I can score your reading fluency and your pronunciation. Pronunciation. Canadians, they always say pronunciation, but it's pronunciation and pronounce the word. Have to get used to that one. You can hear me clear?
Yes.
Am I talking too much?
No.
All right, Lily Power. You can read whenever you're ready. Just take your time. Make sure you pay attention to what you're reading, because you're going to have to tell me about these sports after. On your mark, get set, go.
Some people say free running isn't really a sport. You can't easily enter competitions or win medals or prizes. And most free runners aren't interested in them. You can do free running in a town or city. It's a very dangerous activity because free runners run, jump, and climb fast over walls, roofs, and buildings. They use their hands and feet and move like cats. They want to feel free. Base
Yep, no, keep going. Base jumping.
Base jumping is an extremely dangerous activity. A lot of base jumpers die every year. Base jumpers jump off tall buildings, bridges, and mountains. They got small parachute on their backs. They fall very quickly, so it's important to open the parachute very fast. They haven't got much time to use the parachute before they hit the ground. Cave diving is a very dangerous underwater activity. Divers climb down into deep caves that have got water in them. They dive into the water and swim through the caves. The caves are very dark and divers wear strong light on their heads. Sometimes the light breaks, so they carry 2 extra lights in them. They swim carefully because they can't get out of the caves easily if they have an accident. Street luge is a very dangerous race. Luges are like big skateboards. Racers lay down on the board with their feet in front of the luge. They race down a hill. They go very fast, up to 140 kilometers an hour. They use safety to stop. Racers wear helmets on their heads and pads on their arms and legs because they have a lot of accidents.
Yeah, all right. That's very, very good. Very good. Just a couple. Remember, a lot of these words, when you have the two C's, like ak, k, ak, and then the next one is like an S. It's kind of like you have an X. So it's like a KS sound. So it's accident. Try that. Accident.
Accident.
Yeah, and the other one, it's like shoot. You know, like in a video game, shoot, shoot, pow, pow, pow. Parachute.
Parachute.
Yeah, parachute. Very good. Very, very, very good. All right. So of those 4 sports, would you like to try one?
No, because they're very dangerous.
Yeah, they are all dangerous. If you had to do one, which one would you try? If you had to. If you had to.
I will try base jumping.
Yeah, that would be exciting, yeah? I think that's probably the most, well, yeah, I think it would be the most exciting, but I'm sure laying down in the street on the luge going 140 kilometers, that would be pretty exciting too and scary. Which one do you think would be the scariest?
I think it's cliff diving.
Me too. Why would it be scary for you?
Because I scared the shark.
Sharks, huh? Yeah, I suppose there could be sharks in some of the caves. It's possible. I don't think they go in caves very often. They usually like the open water, catch fish. But yeah, I would love, I've done parachuting. I've jumped out of a plane with a parachute, of course. And I do a lot of swimming. I love the water. But scuba diving, you know, with the tank and you breathe and you go really deep, that kind of worries me a little bit. I'm always worried something goes wrong with the machine and you have a hard time breathing and you can't get up fast enough. That's my scariest too, I think. But base jumping, me too. If I had to do one of them at my old age, it would still be base jumping. That would be fun. Free falling. I'm too old to free run. Can you jump far?
No.
You're not a good jumper? Are you a good climber?
No, I scared the height.
You're scared of heights and you want to do base jumping. All right. So I'm going to ask you some questions and you have to tell me what you think in your words are the answers in full sentences. So some people think free running is not a sport. Why?
Because you can't usually enter competitions or win medals or prizes.
Yeah, because they don't usually compete in competition or win prizes or medals. Now, I'm guessing this book was written at least 6 or 7 years ago. So I do think that they have competitions now in free running, and I know it's become much more popular. So I'm sure now they have some competitions, but that's why some people think it's not. Yeah, it's just like cheerleading. A lot of people think it's a sport, but a lot of people think it's not a sport because they don't score points like that. All right. So why is base jumping so dangerous?
Because a lot of base jumpers die every year. Base jumpers jump off tall buildings, bridges, and mountains.
You're reading to me. Okay, but that didn't answer my question. I know lots of base jumpers die every year, but the question is, why is base jumping so dangerous? Not do people die?
Because
Why?
they fall very quickly, so So it's important to open the parachute fast.
Shoot. Yeah. Just like paragraph, but pow pow. Parachute. Yeah.
Parachute.
Parachute. Yeah. Okay. No, that's right. It's about them going fast and having to open the parachute so quickly. No, I'm going to say that's right, because you have to kind of think. Imagine, you're on top of a building and you jump off the building, right? And then you're going to go fast. You're going to have to pull the parachute fast because you're going to hit the ground really fast. Yeah. So you don't have a lot of time. But if you're in a plane and you jump out of the plane, you can fall for a long time before you have to pull the parachute. So it's not as dangerous, I guess. The other thing about it is that if you jump off a building or you jump off a bridge or you jump off a mountain, maybe you pull the parachute and you go and crash into the side of the building or the mountain because the wind pushes you. So that would be another dangerous fact for base jumping. They would be very close to the side of the building or side of the bridge or side of the mountain. Yeah, okay. So cave divers, they don't just swim like normal people when they go cave diving. They have to do it in a different way. How do they swim in caves? What's the adjective I'm looking for?
They swim carefully.
Yeah, very carefully. Can you tell me or imagine why they would have to swim carefully in caves?
Because they can't get out of the caves easily if they have an accident.
Okay, that's true. They have to be very careful because it's not easy to get back out of the cave. That's right. Also, I watched some cave divers on Discovery Channel or something, National Geographic. Can't remember what show it was. But they were saying that it's difficult too. They have to use like a rope to pull behind, to let behind them, so that when they go, because it's so dark, there's no sunlight, right? You have to use the big lights, and you go into the caves, and there's different places to go. But then what can happen, and has happened, I guess, some divers got lost and they didn't know how to get back out of the cave. All right, so that's another reason why they have to be very careful. But they would use a rope, so that way when they turn around, they use a rope and go into the caves, and then when they've done, then they can follow the rope to get back out. Yeah, so they know which way to go. So there's that reason too. The other reason you have to be very careful cave diving is you have rocks all around you. Yeah, you don't want to hit your head on the rock, or a rock could fall on you, or you could damage your equipment, have a very bad accident. Okay. Luge racers have to. How do you luge race? What do they do?
They lie down on the board with their feet and at the front of the luge.
Yeah, they lay down with their feet at the front of the luge. Did we see a video when we did? No, we just saw some pictures. Yeah.
Yeah.
You go very fast. Do people free run in towns and cities?
Yeah.
Yeah, they do. Do base jumpers jump out of planes?
No.
No. Yeah, that's the whole point. Base jumping means they're on the ground on a high place. Yeah, very different. Is it true that cave divers have to climb, dive, and swim?
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, sometimes they have to climb down into a cave. before they can go swimming. Yeah. How many lights? They have the lights on their helmets on the head to swim so they can see where they're going. How many lights do you think, minimum, how many lights do you think they bring with them to go cave diving?
I think it's 2.
Yeah, it would be 2 for sure. But I think it said here 1 light and 2 extra. So like 3. I think that said, isn't that what they said here in cave diving? And the cave is very dark. The divers wear strong lights on their heads. Sometimes the light breaks, so they carry 2 extras. Yeah, so most of them carry at least 3 lights with them. Because, again, you don't want to be in the dark in a cave underwater. That would be very scary. Don't you think?
I think it's scary.
Yeah, I think that's very scary. And you don't know where to go. Oh, boy, that would be terrible. Very scary. All right, what else have I got for you here? How fast can some of these racers travel on a luge?
I think it's up to 140 kilometers an hour.
You keep reading. That's where you guys are lucky with online testing, because you can always look down and kind of check the reading, where when you test with me one-on-one in the center, I take the book away from you. And then you have to remember. Lucky, lucky. Okay, the next one here, last one. Which of these sports do they have to wear helmets? Or no, let's say they should wear helmets. It's suggested. Which ones?
I think it's street luge.
Street luge, they wear helmets and pads everywhere because they crash a lot. Yep, absolutely. What else? Who else wears helmets?
I think free running.
Yeah, did it say that in the writing or the reading?
I think it's only 1.
Base jumpers don't wear helmets?
I think it's, yeah.
Yeah, look at the picture. In the picture, you have a picture of a base jumper jumping off a cliff, off a mountain, yeah? He's wearing a helmet. Do you think cave divers wear helmets?
I think, yeah.
Yeah, for sure. They don't want to knock their head on a rock. And then they can also put the lights on the helmet. So it's very safe that way. Yeah, it doesn't say that free runners wear helmets. And the ones I've seen, and you have a picture here too, where they don't wear helmets. And it's probably because they don't want to weigh it down, or they don't want to impair any vision or anything. But what do you think? Do you think if you're going to jump off buildings and jump over railings, do you think they should wear a helmet?
Yeah, they should wear a helmet.
I would think so too. Yeah, there's a good chance they could knock their head on the sidewalk or a wall or something. All right, that's very good, very good, very good.
Thank you.
Yeah, all right, that's good, Lily. Well, you did very well. I think you got the highest score. I think so. Maybe you beat Mimi by a little bit. So your revenge on your on the vocab challenge. Okay, so we'll see you on, when do we have class? Thursdays?
Yes, it's Thursday.
All right, so interest for next Thursday. Have a nice weekend.
Bye.
Bye.